The only thing I have left from before I got captured. This old pistol axe. I will cut my way back home with it. Whatever it takes.
Hello everyone, let's start with the TLDR. Beast False Prophet is a tactical RPG. It stands out from other games in the genre by really diving deep into a dark and twisted tone. It kind of builds around it in a lot of ways that really makes the game stand out. The game gives players a taste of that sweet, sweet power fantasy that many of us can't get enough of. It's really rough around the edges in early access, but it has potential to earn a spot on the radar of fans of the genre. My name's Antonio, aka Hypecaster, part of Team Megadads. My goal today is to share my early impressions of this game. I've only played a few hours, but hopefully what I share will help inform your decision to invest in the game while it's in early access state or not. So here's 3 reasons why Beast False Prophet is probably worth your time and money, and 3 reasons why you might want to wait for the game to bake more before buying it. If you like video games and people who try to have a few laughs while covering games, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, that's Megadads on YouTube, and also like the video because that helps. You can find our podcast called Megadads Live wherever you download those suckers, so take a look. Megadads Live, the podcast. Beast False Prophet released in early access in October of 2023. I got my hands on the game in January 2024, and that is right after Major Update 2 hit, where the developer made a bunch of upgrades and updates. The very first reason, the bread and butter reason to play this game is that it's a turn-based tactical RPG. I ask you, can we get enough of this genre? Answer, no. I love it, you love it, and if you're a fan of the genre, it delivers that. Let me go ahead and strategize the people in my group and use their unique skills and abilities to take out the enemies as efficiently as I can. As the added cherry on top, the skills and everything that you're using are very visceral, very brutal. Right off the bat, it gains points for that alone. Second thing, reason why you should probably play the game is why it stands out. So all the unique mechanics, right? As the title suggests, you have your main character that's able to go into literal beast mode. So periodically you're able to transform from your human self to your beast demon-like state, and it unlocks a whole mess of other skills and abilities that you can use that are very overpowered. So you gain these Wolverine-type claws where you can rip people to shreds, you can teleport quickly to an enemy and then take them out. I've only scratched the surface on the beast mode, but it's just one aspect of what makes the game unique. The other thing is you can show mercy or murder foes as you take them down. When you damage enemies enough, they go into a down state, and you can either go up to them and show them mercy and let them live, or slice them to death and murder them in cold blood. And you are going to be transferring from the perspective of your main character, who's the one that can transfer into the beast, or to the prince, who's kind of rebelling against his crazy father, and he has his own set of skills, but not nearly as interesting as the beast character. Moving on to the third strength of the game is it takes great care in building this dark, gothic, brutal world. So it's set in the Dark Ages. It has a great historical tone to it, so all of the voice acting really commits to having the accents of old-timey speak. All the layouts of the levels and the environments are nicely done as far as there being like a heap of bodies on stakes over here, the outer walls of a castle, dilapidated buildings that would be common of the time. So you're kind of in the world and immersed in the world and the weapons and the dirt and the grime of it. Even when the sun is out, it's not really sunny type thing. And they go all the way with this. The game begins to tell a story of a mad king who's lost his marbles, but because he's king, people are doing what he says. He's sending people out on suicide missions. His son knows he's crazy, so he's kind of rebelling against him and trying to escape. Our main character is coming after a long hiatus from being running away, fighting this crazy king's wars, and then he comes home to find that his family is in tatters and all the pain that goes along with that. So he's somehow has acquired this power to be infused with this demonic presence that's going to give him amped up energy and power to take out his enemies as he goes on his quest for revenge. What really puts a cherry on top, honestly, is the cutscenes. Whoever made these, give them a raise. It raises the production value of the whole game. And if it wasn't for the cutscenes, I would have skipped through most of the dialogue that starts the missions, and I would have ignored it. Now quickly for 3 reasons why you may want to skip the game. This dark tone can be a bit much. The cutscenes feature nudity, incredible brutality as you go through the game. If you're not in the right headspace and you're looking for something lighter, this game is just not going to be for you. It's going to pull you in and put you in that very dark, dreary mood. For a game like this that could work, where the point is violence and action and killing, but just take a look at some of this gameplay that I'm going to have to kind of blur out a little bit and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it features hints of NCEST. There's an OGRY. Yeah, an OGRY. Early game. Moving on to the second point, this game is very jank when it comes to the animations. When you're going up to an enemy and you're going to use your blades or your guns to shoot someone, the characters don't interact very well. Like, someone will completely miss a sword swipe. It won't really cut into a player. They'll kind of like merge into each other and jank up. And that kind of lack of polish really hurts it. Maybe I'm a snob when it comes to these type of animations, especially in a game like this where in the late game you can fast forward or like turn things off completely for your animations in other games. It seems like that would be a very nice thing to have polished up, and I hope that they do that, because when you get brutal with it, when you go ahead and feel the stabs, when you feel like the actions that you're taking and the skills really hit the enemy, when you feel that and it's very visceral, I like that in games, and right now that lack of polish is keeping me from playing more. Finally, the game is in early access, so if you're a fan of jumping in early and paying money for that privilege to go ahead and play something that's kind of half-baked, go ahead and do it. But it being an early access title, it having that level of jank, I mean, that is the downside here. My third reason to maybe not jump in is the $24.99 price tag to jump into early access. Now, this game has gone on sale for a lot cheaper, 33 to 40% off over the holidays, and they've had a lot of price drops, which may make it worth it for you to jump in then, but you're going to have to make that decision for yourself. If you read the patch notes on updates and everything they're adding to the game, weapons, missions, all sorts of things, they are working hard on the game. That's clear. They're listening to their player base, and that is a really, really good thing. But there is that downside that, hey, it may not pay off in the end. You can play the game from start to finish now, and they will have multiple endings. You can experience at least one of those endings now, but there's more to come. That's going to do it for me. For my opinion, I give it an overall wait and see. I would wait for this game to bake and until it's ready to see prime time before investing your money. But again, take my opinion with a grain of salt, because I haven't played as much as other creators may have who would be giving you an early look at the game and their opinions. So seek out as many opinions as you can before putting your money into the game. I ask you, does this game tickle your Tootsie Roll? Based on what you've heard, based on what you've seen so far, please leave a comment. It helps with engagement, it helps our channel grow, and we'll see you next time. Oh wait, I don't know if you've seen other creators start this trend, but everyone's asking people on YouTube, don't rely on the YouTube homepage where the algorithm just feeds you what to watch next. Instead, check out your subscription page where you can see all the channels that you're already subbed to. That is where you're going to be able to pick up and see content from creators that you've already followed. If you go to the For You page, your home page, it's just going to show you other people that you haven't subbed to. So think about it. Check out the sub page if you want to support us and see more. Thank you. We'll see you next time.